Ever wonder where all that gold in your jewelry or the iron in, well, just about everything actually comes from?
I mean, it's not like it just magically appears, right?
Right.
Get ready because today we're diving deep into the origins of mineral deposits. And let me tell you,
You're in for a wild ride.
what's fascinating is how much we take for granted about what's right under our feet
We see these mineral deposits, things like gold mines and iron ore formations,
as just part of the landscape, but their formation is a complex story.
one that has puzzled scientists for centuries.
And that's where engineer and physicist Lev Neymotin comes in, right?
He had this almost Sherlock Holmes-like fascination with meteorites.
Which led him down this rabbit hole of questioning how mineral deposits form.
Absolutely. Neymotin was struck by how there are 7 different commonly accepted theories.
To explain the formation of mineral deposits here on Earth,
7. Seriously.
that's a lot of explanations for what seems like a single phenomenon.
It's like saying there are 7 different ways gravity works.
Exactly. And that's what intrigued Neymotin.
He saw this multitude of theories as a sign that maybe, just maybe.
We were missing a bigger picture.
Okay, I have to ask, what do meteorites have to do with any of this?
I mean, they're from space, right?
Right.
How do they tie into gold mines or iron ore deposits here on Earth?
That's the key insight that sets Neymotin's work apart.
He realized that to understand the origins of mineral deposits,
We can't just focus on what's happening within the Earth itself.
we need to look outward to the cosmos.
Okay, I'm officially intrigued.
Tell me more.
Think about what meteorites are: chunks of asteroids.
Essentially leftovers from the very formation of our solar system.
And some of these meteorites are composed of nearly pure elements,
We're talking nickel-iron alloys, for instance.
with purity levels that are incredibly difficult to explain with those 7 traditional Earth-centered theories,
So those meteorites are like little time capsules.
offering clues about the early solar system and maybe even hinting at a different explanation for how mineral deposits form. And that's where Neymotin's post-Big Bang Material Condensation Theory,
Or MCT for short, comes in.
MCT. Okay, let's unpack that acronym.
What exactly is Neymotin proposing?
His theory takes us all the way back to the Big Bang,
Imagine, if you will, the universe in its infancy.
this unimaginably hot, dense sea of particles rapidly cooling and expanding,
Okay, I'm picturing something like a cosmic pressure cooker suddenly releasing its steam.
but on a scale that's well beyond comprehension.
That's a great analogy.
Now, within this chaotic environment, the cooling wasn't perfectly uniform,
You'd have pockets where temperatures and pressures varied.
and this is crucial to Neymotin's theory.
He proposes that these variations created the perfect conditions for the formation of what he calls primordial blobs.
Primordial blobs. What are we talking about here?
Giant cosmic dumplings filled with different elements.
You're not that far off.
These blobs were essentially regions within the early universe.
Where specific elements condensed out of the cooling particle soup.
And because of those temperature and pressure variations,
You could have blobs of pure or nearly pure elements. Iron, nickel, gold, you name it.
so instead of a uniform cosmic soup,
It was more like a cosmic stew with distinct ingredients clumping together.
exactly,
And those ingredients, those primordial blobs,
could have been absolutely enormous.
over billions of years, they became the building blocks of stars' planets.
And importantly, for our deep dive today, mineral deposits.
Okay, so let me see if I'm following this.
You're saying that a gold mine here on Earth
Could actually be a tiny fragment of a much larger gold blob.
that formed billions of years ago, shortly after the Big Bang.
That's the mind-blowing implication of Neymotin's theory.
And it explains those pure nickel-iron meteorites that traditional,
Earth-centered theories struggle with.
they're like little pieces of those original blobs.
Relatively unchanged since the dawn of time.
It's like holding a piece of the Big Bang in your hand.
Exactly. And here's where Neymotin's theory gets really interesting.
It's not just an elegant explanation.
It offers testable predictions.
Oh, so this isn't just theoretical.
There are ways to actually investigate whether this cosmic origin story holds water.
Absolutely.
Neymotin suggests that if his theory is correct,
We should see evidence of it in the way elements are distributed.
both here on Earth and out in the wider solar system.
So how do we do that?
Do we need to go on some epic cosmic scavenger hunt?
In a way, yes.
We can analyze the spatial distribution of elements within meteorites.
Asteroids and even existing mineral deposits here on Earth.
Think of it like a giant cosmic game of connect the dots
We look for patterns in the way elements cluster together.
and see if those patterns line up with this idea of primordial blobs.
Precisely.
And it's not just about finding huge chunks of pure elements.
Neymotin points out that elements with neighboring atomic numbers on the periodic table
Might be found near each other in deposits as well.
Hold on, are you saying?
That a gold deposit might be more likely to have, say, platinum nearby.
Because those elements are next to each other on the periodic table.
Exactly.
Remember those temperature and pressure variations in the early universe?
Well, elements that formed under similar conditions
Those with similar atomic numbers.
might have clustered together in those primordial blobs.
It's like the periodic table becomes a treasure map.
So we could use it to pinpoint potential mineral deposits.
That's incredible. But what about those 7 earthly theories?
They haven't been completely wrong all this time, have they?
Of course not.
Those theories, which describe processes like magma cooling and solidifying,
Hot water circulating through cracks in the Earth's crust,
and the intense heat and pressure that transform rocks over millions of years,
still hold value.
they explain the mechanisms at play within the Earth.
So they're like local explanations.
While Neymotin's theory offers more global cosmic perspective.
That's a great way to put it.
It's not that one set of theories is right and the other is wrong.
It's more like Neymotin's theory provides a unifying framework.
A way to potentially connect those seemingly disparate earthly processes.
To a single grand event, the Big Bang.
So Neymotin's theory doesn't
Invalidate what we already know about geology.
it just adds this whole other layer of whoa to the story.
Exactly.
It's like we've been looking at the trees for so long.
We haven't fully grasped the forest.
And what a forest it is.
We've been talking about gold and iron.
But Neymotin's paper also mentioned diamonds.
How do those sparkling beauties fit into this cosmic puzzle?
Diamonds.
They're fascinating.
You see, most minerals form from combinations of different elements.
But diamonds are pure carbon crystallized under incredible heat and pressure.
It's what makes them the hardest natural substance on Earth, right?
Precisely.
Now here's where Neymotin's theory gets really intriguing.
Remember those primordial blobs we talked about?
Those massive concentrations of pure elements colliding in the early universe.
How could I forget?
Giant cosmic diamond sounds way more exciting than giant cosmic dumplings.
Well, those collisions would have created pockets of intense pressure.
Imagine the energy involved.
The heat.
It's conceivable that some of those pockets could have contained pure carbon.
Squeezed and heated to the extreme.
So you're saying those pockets could have become
Diamond nurseries.
like giant cosmic gemstones forming in the fiery aftermath of the Big Bang.
It's a captivating thought, isn't it?
Diamonds older than our solar system.
Scattered across the universe.
Okay, that is officially the coolest thing I've heard all week.
I'm gonna need a bigger treasure chest.
But seriously, this has been an incredible deep dive.
We've gone from the depths of minds on Earth to the very birth of the universe.
And that's the beauty of Neymotin's work.
It reminds us that everything is connected.
The atoms in our bodies,
All minerals in the ground.
they all trace back to that singular event billions of years ago.
It really makes you wonder what other secrets the universe is hiding in plain sight.
What other connections are waiting to be discovered?
Who knows what we'll find when we start looking at the world through this cosmic lens.
Exactly.
So until next time, keep looking up
Keep asking questions.
and never stop digging for those cosmic connections.